In this slide, we're currently viewing this slide with the 4x objective. On the top of this image, you can see a transverse or cross-section of the peripheral nerve. On the bottom of this image, you can see the longitudinal section of the peripheral nerve. So here we've cut the nerve in a transverse section or cross-section, and you're looking from the end of this nerve. And remember that in the peripheral nervous system outside of the brain and spinal cord, a nerve is a bundle of axons. The cell bodies will be located in the ganglion structure, which will be dedicated in its own video. So here we have the cross-section of the peripheral nerve. This is a bundle of axons. This is the longitudinal section where the axons run lengthwise from right to left. I want to focus first on the cross-section of the nerve. In the cross-section of the nerve, we know that a nerve is organized and surrounded by connective tissue layers very much the same way that the muscle fiber is. The entire nerve is surrounded by the epineurium, which we can see surrounding the entire nerve. If we look more closely, we can see that the nerve is bundled into bundles called fascicles. These fascicles are surrounded by perineurium. So you can see, if we stay on the 10x objective, you can see the perineurium dividing this nerve into fascicles. With the resolution we're capable on this microscope, we're not quite able to see the endoneurium. So here we have epineurium. Here would be a fascicle, or the edge of the fascicle, with the perineurium. And then each of these dark dots here is an axon. The white space surrounding that axon is the myelin sheath, which in the peripheral nervous system is formed by Schwann cells. We will ask you to identify the endoneurium on the model for the neuron. This is the longitudinal section of the peripheral nerve. And here we're able to see very clearly the myelin sheath of the neuron. The axons are running from left to right. The cell body of the axon, and thereby the nucleus of the neuron, is not located in the nerve itself. It would be located in the ganglion. So all of this pale purple structure that we're seeing here are the axons of the neuron running from left to right. These are myelinated axons. So we have a very clear myelin sheath that's formed by cells that wrap themselves around the axon, much like a rolled up sleeping bag or a jelly roll cake. These Schwann cells form the myelin sheath, and the space where two Schwann cells meet is called the node of Ranvier, or the myelin sheath gap. We can see one right here, another here, and then there's one up here. Here we can very clearly see the axon running through the middle of that myelin sheath, and the nuclei that we see scattered around will be the nuclei from those Schwann cells. So this is the peripheral nerve, and we looked at it in both longitudinal and